Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Damron. We are playing Call of Duty Vanguard. We are on the 4th mission in the game, the Battle of Midway, which is a flying portion of this game, which honestly, the flying controls in Call of Duty games have been traditionally and still are absolutely atrocious. So this mission can be a little bit frustrating, especially on veteran difficulty. Now, there's only 2 achievements that we're going to be getting in this level, and the first one is called Slow But Deadly. So in the Battle of Midway, you have to help 5 threatened allies during a dogfight, and what you need to pay attention to are the blue symbols with the star in it. That means that you have an ally that is being threatened during a dogfight. So for this achievement, the first 2 of 5 are automatic because you have to save your first 2 allies in the beginning level in order to progress. So what you want to pay attention to is what it's showing you here, and that's your allies that have the blue circle with the star in it. That means that they are being threatened by an enemy, so you have to kill the enemy before they get taken down. So we'll touch on the other 3 later, but now we're going to do the duck and dive achievement. And before we do that, you want to change your air vehicle sensitivity multiplier to at least 2.2. You have to basically finish the first, bomb diving section without getting hit by a bullet. And I want you to hear what it sounds like first. So here we listen. So that's the sound you kind of want to be wary of, so we can restart this checkpoint. If you hear that sound at all, just restart the checkpoint. Now the way you want to do this is as soon as you start the dive bomb, look kind of to the upright. You see that I did that, and that'll allow you to kind of stay away from the initial bullets. And then after that, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep the aircraft all the way into the bottom right of my cockpit's view. You see exactly where that is? That's kind of how we want to approach it. So I'm trying to keep it there, but also pay attention to those tracer bullets, because now that we have increased sensitivity, you should be able to kind of dodge them a little bit. And when you get to the point of dropping the bomb, as long as you haven't get hit by a bullet, about right here, you should unlock the achievement. So if you don't, pause it and wait and see if it unlocks. So just wait here for a second, and as long as it unlocks, then you can progress. If it doesn't unlock, you can restart the checkpoint, because if you go past that, again, you're gonna have to restart the whole level. So once you do get that achievement, now let's drop our sensitivity back down, and now we're in a dogfight area, and we have to get 3 more of those kills against people that are threatening our allies. One of those 3 is gonna be right in front of you as soon as you start this section after the first dive bomb sequence. It's pretty critical that you get this one, okay? If you don't get this kill and your ally gets taken out, just go ahead and restart your checkpoint, because the other ones are more challenging to get, because this one's right in front of you. So you see, I'm just making sure that I take him out. And when you do save your allies, they'll generally say something, like this one: "Thanks for the assist, Jackson," so that you have saved them. So let's talk about how this section is going to pan out, because we have to get 2 more now, and it's not guaranteed. You can finish this section without saving any of your allies. So the one we just did and the 2 after that are technically missable. And the other thing that I'll mention, kind of as we're progressing through this, is again, this is on veteran difficulty. This isn't too hard of a section. Like, you're not going to take a bunch of damage in the sense that you have to focus on all the enemies other than the ones that I'm telling you to go after, right? Because you'll see me throughout this playthrough, like there are a couple times, I take a little bit of damage, but I end up recovering. There's not a lot of threat from the enemies in this area, to be honest, to kill you, as long as you just focus on the allies that you need to save, right? So here we go. Again, I'm flying around, I'm just kind of looking around, and what you'll see on the left hand side of my screen is as I'm fighting this guy in front of me, and I get a little locked in on him, but really, if you look to the left hand side of my screen, you're going to see that blue circle pop up. So boom, right there it is on the left hand side. Now it's kind of bottom left. It's very small, you can see it moving around, right? That's telling me, oh, I got an ally that's in danger. And honestly, I should have already left. I ended up focusing on this guy trying to fight with these crappy flying controls before I'm like, oh, there's an ally that I can save. So I lost a lot of time here not going over here sooner, right? So you can get in this dogfight a lot sooner and save this ally. And what I'll show you is essentially what happens if you take too long. They'll say, oh, Mayday, I got a bail or whatever, or you'll just essentially see their airplane explode, which is actually what's going to happen here. So my ally gets killed in this section, I believe right here. And obviously, right, that's not what we want to happen. So boom, he blows up. I'm still at 3 of 5, right? So as soon as that pops up, be sure you're locking in So you're gonna see again, I'm like, okay, now I've got one to my left. I need to not worry about this guy, right? I get on this much sooner and get into this dogfight much quicker. Now the other thing, if you want to know, okay, which enemy do I need to be focusing on, it's gonna be the enemy that has obviously this kind of orangish circle with the skull in it. Okay, so be sure you're locking in on that one if you choose to lock in. Sometimes not locking in is better, so locking in on an airplane is by pressing the left trigger, but also it takes away your maneuverability a little bit. So sometimes I'll lock in like if I'm right behind him, other times I might just free aim. I find free aiming to be a lot better. So we were able to take that one out, and now look, I've got the indicator for now my 5th ally, which is really your 6th opportunity, or has been my 6th opportunity in the game. So you see I'm not really locking in yet because I find that free aim to be really good. Now if I'm right behind him, sure, but you lose that maneuverability. So even right behind him, I'm just staying in free aim, because if he turns, I can turn a little bit quicker as well. And when you kill him, boom, that'll be 5. This is one of the more challenging achievements in game, especially the duck and dive achievement. So this is a particular level you might end up playing once or twice. You can feel free to drop the difficulty if you want to, but I don't think it really changes these particular achievements much anyway. So I hope you guys found that helpful. As always, that's the Battle of Midway down. We're moving on. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough and this achievement guide, and hopefully I'll see you in the next mission.